9th of September today. We're down the back of the farm here, going over some of these grass fields. So obviously they were in ryegrass fields. We've had a couple of crops of haylage off them. Neighbour came and took a late crop of haylage. We've had some crops of silage. We've had a crop of seed hay. Anyway, they're going into wheat. Farmer wasn't completely satisfied with just one pass of the disc graders, so he's got us coming down here, running through them just again once more. Daisy's running the big 8S. She's over there. She'll be cutting us a block or two. Keithy's had to go on the trimming just to get round some of the arable fields and some of the wetlands before weather turns on us. So he's had to go off trimming. And he spends literally all winter trimming. Keithy does. He's got a few days of that just so we can finish the fields off on some of those in other fields. I thought we were done. On this job, but it's just the grass fields, farmer says, are just a little bit too notchy in his eyes. So we're going at a slightly different angle. Last time it was done straight. This time we're doing it at an angle just to make sure we cut up and squish any horrible hard knobs. And get this window open so you can have a little look. I've got to steer this thing. Farmer's coming straight down with the power harrow. So at the moment now it's time to get seedbeds ready for winter wheat. So this one's going to be a winter wheat. The next door field, that's going to be a winter wheat. We're just running through this a little bit faster this time. So we're running through about 9k this far. So to get the disc, just mixing it, chopping it, breaking it down a little bit better. They flat rolled it just so it would hold a bit of water. That helps. And then farmer's coming down with the power harrow to try and get a seedbed. Leave it to green up, then farmer will come and spray it in about a week's time, and then after that we will we'll come down with the drill and drill the wheat in. We've got a few fields to do. Me and Daisy got about 3 or 4 days on here, so just re-going over the grass. So there we go. But yeah, it's doing a nice job actually. It's doing an alright job. Job worth doing, I think, in the end. There was some big old lumps in there. It's breaking them down pretty nice, crumbling them about. Farmer will then do the pass with the power harrow. I think it'll be pretty good after that. Drilling after a power harrow is bliss. The field's nice and level. The seedbed's always good. I'll be able to see my mark. Not used to that. 10-14 days we'll be out with the drill then. We've got a fair bit to go up. So yeah, so there we go. Anyway, this is mine and Daisy's life today. Farmer wanted to give her a run on the 8S, so we set her up on that this morning. Anyway, I'm going to crack on with this. Linda and Hazel, they've been busy on the hay, them two. They're busy doing that. Daisy's going to cut us a blocklet, and then we'll see what sort of finish the power harrow leaves when farmer gets here. So we'll have a look at that. Middle of the afternoon now. Farmer's been across with the power harrow. You can see it's all levelled off nicely. He will do the exact same as us. He'll go twice around the field at the end. Now, it's not I wouldn't call it a seedbed yet, but it has done a job on it. And what we want now is a good inch and a half of rain. Not all in one go, but a good soaking, you know, just to soften everything up. And then, you know, in about a week's time, 2 weeks' time, depending on weather, we will come through and we will drill it. First farmer will spray it off. Anything green that's coming back in it will get sprayed off. We will drill into it, and then fingers crossed, farmer will then spray his pre-emergence on there for winter wheat. But yeah, it's done a job, you know. It was knobbly to start with. That's what we've gone from, look. So anyway, it'll be nice and level for drilling. It'll be lovely. If it comes an inch of rain, all the water soaks into the soil, And then when we come through with the drill, we just knock that down into powder, and it'll be a lovely job. But if you don't get any more rain, it will be a bit notchy, and that's just the way it will be, unfortunately. This is the last pass, we're just coming out here. Right, get ready to pick this thing up. When the wheels come on the grass, pick her out. Try and keep none of the weight of the machine or the cultivator on the field. There we go, farmer will go his ups and downs, then he'll go around twice. We will have a few days on that power harrow as well. We've got to go over, we've got to power harrow everything. This one field of grass, that's going to stay just in case we want some silage next year. So we've got one field down here still in ryegrass. And we're going to start our next field here. Daisy will cut me a block in a minute. Getting on with the tractor, I think, alright. You know, it's all different in there, so it's always a bit, whoever drives it, even myself, whenever you get in there, you have to just sort of try and remember where all the buttons are and where everything is. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's only a machine. It's only another tractor in my eyes. September 11th, Linda's birthday. Happy birthday, Linda. I thought we were done with the cultivating, but farmers went around and had a look at various places and thought it could do with the second time, especially where we've had oats. The oats are all growing up and out. We're going to go and recultivate. Apparently, back in the day, they used to always cultivate twice, so we've got a bit of time this year. So we're going to recultivate, pull the oats up, get the disc graters through twice, so there should be, you know, should leave a really nice finish after that. Days have been helping. Keithy's been trimming around the hedges so we can keep going. Farmer went back and drilled that last bit of I think it's wildflower mix at Alistair's, so he got that done. Then it rained, absolutely poured down, stopped everybody in their tracks, and then we've been power harrowing straight after the cultivator just to get everything level, flat. We'll leave it a couple of weeks, we'll spray it, and then we'll hopefully drill it with winter wheat after that. We're over at Coles field, the big field, that's where we are. We've got to fuel the tractors up, we've got to grease up the disc graters, just check the tractors over before we make a start. Everything needs fuel and grease. We will start putting all the hay machines away. This time last year we were out haymaking, so we're still really ahead. So while we've got a bit of time, we're going to do things right and make sure seed beds are prepped while we've got the time. So that's what we're up to this morning. Keithy's been out trimming. He's had a few days getting around some of the fields that don't have headlands, so he goes around there and then we can pull them up after he's finished and leaves a tidy finish on. Tricky couple of weeks weather wise, not just terrible weather, just we've still got, I think farmer says 50 acres of combining still left to finish over at Graham and Martin's there. They were about to go last night and then it rained again, and it's not the sort of rain that's devastating. We could do with an inch, you know, could do with an inch of rain for the land really, just to soften everything up a little bit. Just the type of rain that stops you from going combining. We have a neighbour of ours, they've still got a lot to do. So we are, I think we're going to end up helping them if they can't get on with it. So we might actually be back combine. It's looking like the weather's going to get better next week, so we might have the combine back in action close to home. Hopefully they finish at Graham and Martin's. They haven't, you know, it's not quite a day there, but there's half a day there for sure. It's been a bit frustrating the last 2 weeks. We've been cultivating, so it hasn't really affected us too much. So we're just prepping for wheat crop. That's what we're concentrating at the minute. We've got a load of machines to get blown off, put away, but that'll happen on a wet day or something like that. You know, when you can't get on with anything else, we can mess about with that. Farmer's been, I know it's dirt, the windows are dirty, but before we start wheat seeding, we are gonna clean this tractor and get the windows half clean. But farmer's been putting these grass seeds in. Those grass seeds that we planted of ours should be perfect. That stuff of Alistair's should be pretty good. He had that bit of trouble early on where it dumped it all out in one pass, but anyway, he's since got that sorted. So, and that was just a calibration, that was a human error, calibration error that was, so that was our fault, and farmer had to pay for new seeds. So yeah, you learned the hard way on that one. But that, you know, these you know, when you're busy, you're doing a lot, these things happen. So anyway, that is what it is. We've since got it fixed, farmer's got it drilled, so we'll see what comes out. It's like a wildflower mix. And we have a neighbour across the road here that we used to farm. He is putting that into a sort of wildflower legume mix as well. So we've got to drill that in the next couple of weeks before we go to wheat. I think we'll be drilling that. We've got some work to do to the drill. We've got some tines to put on, and we've got some a seed pipe to replace. But we'll make sure everything's set right when that happens. Anyway, farmer was out with it, and he was on the last, literally the last pass around the field, and because the seedbed was so fine, it stuck instantly to tyres. So it looks worse than it is, but yeah, a bit of mud on there, so never mind. That'll drop off as soon as that dries off. We've got the pipe fix on the telehandler. This is the one, but we haven't been on the field or nothing to actually see how much difference it's made. So it was right down on power, so, but it feels better. It definitely feels better. We've had all the oats have gone out, as you can see. Yeah, you know, farmer must have been loading them. We've got one load to go out, and then whatever's left we will use for seed next year. We haven't got a lot of oats going in next year in the spring, just a small amount, so there'll be another load there, and then whatever's left we will clean up and use for seed. Is this all you got on today, on your birthday?
Try not.
Some people have like
Days off.
Yeah.
I can't know it.
Don't you get a day off? Work too hard, Linda. On your 67th birthday? Mate, you're catching up for 70. You're in the 70s soon. We bought ourselves some birthday cake, okay? I mean, we bought you a birthday cake in the tea room. For us, you know? You can have some if you come in. We're out the way? Oh yeah.
We've got to put 3 on because they're a little bit slippy to start with.
Alrighty. Just show you quickly what the job is. We ain't going to go too mad. Farmer's gone off to load some oats. Keithy came through first time, pulled everything up, and it left some quite big lumps. You know, big lumps like that. They're too big, obviously. These are, you know, we're back on the heavy soils again. Not all of it is heavy, just most of it. This is where they've been through with the power harrow, leveled it out, rolled it down, mashed it up a bit so it's a bit finer. Now it's going to get left like this, so the finished job will be like this, and then these little knobs will just weather, and then when we come through with the drill in about, I don't know, a week, 2 weeks, depending on weather and what windows we get, could be 3 weeks, but it's going to weather down, it's going to break up into a nice fine till. We'll come through with the drill will knock it down again, then we'll roll it with the Cambridge rolls, and it'll be a finished job then. So across the field, Daisy will just jump in the tractor and show you. Keithy's been through first time, then the field is called what we call greened up. So any volunteers that are on the field, anything that came out the back of the combine, that's had a chance to grow. So this is second time over, and then when we get to the other end of the field, and we're not going over everything, we're not going over every single field, just the worst of just the knobbliest bits, you know. Farmer said they used to disc-rate twice, everything used to get disc-rate twice, and he said over the years the yields are just dropping and dropping. You know, some places like next door you can get away with 1 time in there, so he's just power hourring that one. Dave will come in later on tonight when he finishes work, he'll start working on these, so you'll see the field looks a bit greener this side. We nearly got finished last night, got rained off, and it just went from, in one pass it went from plenty good enough to too wet in one pass. So this field gets lighter this end, so it's going to look a little bit nicer this end, but you can see where the combine's been, you can see all the green lines. So we're pulling all them up, so we don't have to use Roundup to kill them. We can pull them up with these machines, and we can get a nicer till, and we can get a good cultivation process. We will see. There'll be a couple of fields here we don't do. We'll see if it was worth it. You know, it's not cheap to do it. You've got your fuel costs, you've got your time doing it, you've got your wear on your machines. So it's nothing's for, you know, it's not, you have got to bear that in mind. So yes, we'll see. Anyway, we'll see what it does. We got a bit of time this year. This is what we hadn't got last year, so we want to do it right, and farmer reckons it's going to pay off. So it will leave the field a little bit drier. We just put the revs up. You can see we're going through all these green bits. What we're doing as well, we're also crossing ourselves a little bit. So last time everything got cultivated this way, which is the way the drill would drill it. But just to level the field out a little bit, we're just going to cross it. That way the soil falls both sides and just makes a bit better leveling the field out. So you don't have to go at such a steep angle, as long as you go at an angle different to last time. So there we go. Anyway, we got a whole day of this. We're going to do this one, the big field, and the railway field. We're going to do those twice over because they're the worst ones. The other fields are plenty. There might be one more we do after that. So we'll see how we go. It'll take us a couple of days. And yeah, Daisy's on the 8S. She's driving that one. She's happy on there with the self-steer, so no worries. It is leaving a better job after, you know, a little bit flatter, a little bit leveler, and a little bit finer. Just have a little look out the back, try and steer. Let me get you a look out the back. And it's at the point where it's nice and dry again. So in the, you know, this end of the year it's all right. You get later and later and the temperatures go down, it takes, you know, takes twice as long for things to dry up. So there we go. Farmer's loading the last load of oats. They're going for milling, and then whatever's left we will have for seed for next year. Linda and A's are on deliveries. It's Linda's birthday, and it's got showers on for today, so we don't know how long we're going to keep going. It won't take a lot to stop us because of the rain last night, but at the moment it's pretty good. So. And then next week the weather looks like it's coming back, so farmer might have to go combining. As a neighbour who needs a little bit of help to get theirs in. They might not need help, they might get to it. It'll be, if they need help, we'll go and help them, simple as. Everybody helps everybody around here. Some years we get caught out and they have to help us. It's just, yeah, it's a no-brainer. You help your neighbours and you help your friends. Then we'll be seeding the wheat soon. There's a lot of power harrowing to get through, and yes, there is some other news, but I can't really say right now because we don't know anything just yet. So that might come a bit later. We might have some good news, might have some bad news. We don't quite know which way it's going to go, but it will do what it's going to do, and whatever happens, the world will keep doing it. So, but next year we might have a little bit less to do, or we might have a bit more to do. But one way or another, the world won't stop. So look at all these volunteers growing. That's what you want to see. You want to see all those green. You want to see all the weeds growing. You want to see anything that wants to grow, you want to get growing. So farmer will spray this off just before the drill. So just before we come drilling, farmer will be out here spraying it. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we get a better year of it this year. So that's what we're praying for. We're always praying for a better year. So we'll see. The oats did all right this time. They did all right. We got them in that small, tiny window, and it paid off. So that's a good thing. We will catch it up on the next video because this one's going to be too long. So make sure you like and subscribe. Thanks very much for watching, and we will catch you next time. Cheers.